The US aircraft manufacturer giant Boeing has seen its share price tumble as much as 10% this week following the fatal crash of its flagship aircraft in China. What is the share price outlook for this company in the following weeks and months? For anyone new to the channel, my name is Conor and I'm the Senior Market Analyst at the global brokerage firm Zenfinex, providing to you daily videos on market analysis and educational content. And I'm going to cover a Boeing stock price forecast for the upcoming weeks after it has rightfully been trending in the news. Enjoy. For those who are unaware of the story coming out of China this week, shares in the major US aircraft producer Boeing moved drastically lower this week, around 10% I think it was, because of the fatal crash of one of its 737-800 planes in China. And it did kill all 132 people on board, and it was confirmed today that sadly no survivors were found, although the black box has been retrieved, albeit in a bad condition by the sounds of it. But this is important because it's going to provide key details into the audio from the flight staff before the crash. This is important to us as investors because if it was a clear fault with the aircraft, then a serious inquest into the actual validity of the plane will begin. In a way though, this is a company which an inquest has already begun a few years back really. It's been quite a troubled firm, I'd say. Because before this, the 737 MAX, which is like the predecessor of the 737s, 800s, this was banned, that those planes were banned in China and other countries following two deadly crashes. Now the investigation found shocking failures with the regulators and has really damaged the public image of the company since. Now all of the 737 MAX planes were grounded globally, however it is the grounding of planes in China which is particularly damaging for Boeing. China is the second largest maker for Boeing planes after the US, of course. Grounding in China essentially means less access to a market which is said to be worth $1.4 trillion by 2040, which is quite astonishing really. From Boeing's perspective, this needs to be sorted quickly. They may be at a disadvantage already though because of the political tensions, the geopolitical tensions between the US and China, but we will see in the near future. Since the crash that was in Indonesia in 2018, which killed all 346 people on board, the company has suffered from several lawsuits, billions of dollars in fines, and numerous lost orders as well. And this is represented in the share price, which you're going to see soon. But looking at last year, for example, Boeing was on for its best sales in 4 years. However, they had to factor in a $3.5 billion charge in the final 3 months of 2021 for the delay to their Dreamliner, driving the company to a $4.2 billion loss just for that quarter. So to conclude, from a fundamental standpoint, buying shares in Boeing is becoming increasingly difficult with the constant setbacks and scrutiny that it faces. The short-term direction of this aircraft giant will be determined by the outcome of its investigation into the China crash. If this is another repeat of the 737 MAX grounding, it would likely spell worrying times for a company already under scrutiny. Let's take a look to where we can sell this market to. On the chart for Boeing now, and if you watch my short video, which is basically a teaser to this video, you'll see the sort of route that I'm going down, but we can actually zoom out and see it from a much clearer perspective. I actually marked a considerable amount of lower highs and lower lows, and you can actually see that this actually goes back all the way to when we topped out in March 2021. Probably when people were looking at that reopened trade from the pandemic, and airlines have generally done quite well as well. But as you can see, since then we're creating this series of lower highs and lower lows, which I can mark for you, but it's really clear to see here. And as you can see, this is where we are at right now. So let me get rid of that because that can be quite confusing. We're at this level now where when this crash happened, you can see the gap in the market which followed really. It was this gap that we had in here. And you can see that gap's now been filled, right? That's a good sign. That's a sign that the price is efficient. You can see this gap in here has been filled as well. So we have efficient pricing at around this level. We have a slightly bit more to go in terms of inefficient pricing just here, but I mean it's minuscule amounts, and I really like the idea of selling this market from this supply zone that we have here. From this supply zone we have here. This is the last piece of bullish pressure before we had this move down and this break of this structure low. So it's really clean price action at the moment. I really like the idea. If we were to break above this order block, I'll be looking for sells up at the premium here. But I am bearish on this stock at the moment, especially in the short term, with all the scrutiny that it's facing at the moment. So if we place a short position with our stop loss just sitting above this order block level here, if I take profit down at around 167, which for me is going to be, if I just put it just below, I'd like this market to create another lower low. We're just going to follow the trend. We're keeping it really simple. We're following this trend down. I want to see the market create another lower low. So therefore, I want to see this 160 level be tapped. That's around a 5 risk reward trade. If you want to be slightly more, you can be slightly more aggressive in your stop loss. You can have it here, and that'll be a 7.9 risk reward trade, or you could be more conservative and you could have it just above this high here where this gap in the market is, and that's around a 2.3 risk reward trade. But there's some really nice positions opening up at the moment. You may even want to, I've just added in the moving average indicator, and you may want to have your stop loss just where this 50-day moving average is, which I think is going to act as significant resistance. So there's some really key levels to mark and to look out for in the next coming weeks. I see 160 coming for Boeing. That's my prediction. If we do get a break above, i.e. this order block, so we've got this order block here, we've got the 50-day moving average, the 100-day moving average, and the gap, the imbalance. If we get a break above all of these, then of course we can really start to look to sell from these premium levels that we have up here, and this would just be a fantastic sell. Again, short in the market up here. This is around the 200-day moving average, stop loss just above, and let's delete this one, and then we'll be looking towards that 160 level still, which is still a 6.3, actually a little bit more, a 6.4, 6.5 risk reward trade. So up to you how aggressive you want to be. I'll be putting probably half my risk on this order block here, hoping that this is going to be the new lower high, and alternatively we could get a move up towards the 215 level, which is really premium pricing for this share, for this airline, and then we'll be looking down towards that 160. 160 is my target. That's it for the Boeing forecast. If you have any different views on where you think Boeing is going, maybe from a fundamental or even from a technical standpoint, let me know in the comments. I'll be interested to see where other people think this share price is going, and if people do have shares in Boeing, what are your thoughts at the moment? Make sure, of course, you've liked and subscribed to the channel. It does help boost our channel, and as always, drop a like, a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video as well. I'll catch you all for the next forecast video, which is going to be tomorrow. Enjoy. Cheers.